in the last 3 for Taylor, who's had a good night inside. 2nd and 10. More pressure. Glenn will take a shot for Price, and Price caught the ball but out of bounds.
Dante Marsh worked him out of bounds. The veteran corner that's hand fighting with Maurice Price down the sideline, just to the left of your screen, and he just as he's running down the field with him, he keeps just kind of bumping him a little bit, subtly bumping him, running him out of real estate, and clearly his foot out of bounds when he comes down.
Just the second bunt of the game for Rob Maver. His first was a 57-yarder. And this one into the corner, and he gets the job done again. Boy, he's been consistent in that department all season long. They'll mark the ball out just outside the 3-yard line. So Maver for the 11th time inside the 10 this season. 39-yard punt by Rob Maver into the corner. Field position been an issue tonight.
Well, it's hit ever. It's a game of real estate football, and right now Calgary is winning the field position battle in a big way, starting their own 51 on average. The Lions, their own 28 inside their 5 on this drive.
And they'll hand it off. Andrew Harris right side, and that's a decent first down production for Harris up around the 9-yard line. Longest run of the game for Andrew Harris is 6.
Real manageable situation here for Thomas DeMarco, although for a young quarterback, inexperienced quarterback, being in the shadow of your own goalpost will add a little bit of nerves.
You talk about field position, how valuable would even one first down be here for the Lions? 2nd and 4. Quick hitter to Gore, and immediate contact. Great defensive play by the veteran, Keon Raymond.
It's the perfect form tackle by Keon Raymond, because he gets his head on the right side of Sean Gore. He makes that contact immediately and makes sure his head slides across. Watch how he hits him right in the hip. And Gore doesn't have a chance to turn that corner.
6-year vet missed last week with an injury, but a key play to force Paul McCallum to punt from his end zone. Just got it away and got bumped. Tried to sell it, but no flag. Clifton Smith finds a crease. Look out! Inside the 25, but a cutback for Clifton Smith down around the 19-yard line.
Paul McCallum is upset and in the ear of the official. He thinks they missed a call roughing the kicker.
129 first half kick return yards and 32 more for Clifton Smith there.
Paul McCallum was real upset, thought there was a roughing the kicker call here, missed by the officials. Yannick Carter comes across, his leg still in the air, and contact is made. Anytime the punter's leg is still in the air after contact of the ball, you cannot contact that leg. And this is regular speed, so he didn't hang it up there to try and draw the penalty. I think that's just a missed call.
Well, we talked about field position. Look at this start at the 20. A fake to Cornish, Kevin Glenn, and that's another pass batted down. The Lions have had their hands on about 3 or 4 Glenn deliveries tonight.
Yeah, that's what you do when the offensive line is holding you up at the line of scrimmage. You're not able to get those sacks, but one thing you can do to contribute is try and block passing lanes. Even if the quarterback has to throw around a hand or look around a hand to try and find an open receiver, that can help as well.
Second knockdown of the year for the second-year man, Jabbar Westerman. 2nd and 10. Short drop over the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, Marquay McDaniel. His favorite target tonight.
And a real aggressive play call from Dave Dickinson, who I mentioned in the first half, said that You know, he's going to put this on himself sometimes in the red zone, saying that maybe I can be more aggressive with my play calls down in the goal line area. Try and go down the field, throw it a little deeper into the end zone.
Seventh touchdown of the year for McDaniel. And Kevin Glenn has a touchdown pass in all 10 of his starts. Extra point by Paredes, and it's a 15-point lead for the Stamps.
Let's go, man. Come on.
20-yard touchdown reception by McDaniel.
Wow, based on this coverage that I'm looking at here.
Everybody back home in Virginia, baby.
Based on the coverage on Marquay McDaniel, it looks like Josh Bell may have blown a coverage here. Watch how Adam Bighill steps out and looks like he's going to trail McDaniel on this. Now, if he's playing this type of technique, it would mean that it's cover 2 over the top with a free man. That should be Josh Bell with depth. It looks like he thinks he's covering Marquay McDaniel here, and he gets beat on an inside move. That leaves a one-on-one with no help over the top with Adam Bighill on a slot back in Marquay McDaniel, and McDaniel win that matchup.
6 catch, 87 yards for McDaniel on the night.
And if it's just straight man, and Josh Bell should have stepped up there to take his man, now he's trying to figure out.
Well, it started with a great 49-yard punt by Maver, a big return by Clifton Smith, and they cap it with a 20-yard touchdown strike. Tim Brown up to about the 32-yard line. He's taken down by Carl McCartney.
Well, just a change of events here. You think about the decision, first of all, to kick it out. It was right in that bubble area for Mike Benavides, about 4 or 5 yards deep for Paul McCallum. He didn't draw the roughing the kicker. Another good return for the Calgary Stampeders, Clifton Smith. And just like that, 7 on the board. And that's why it's always debate when you're kicking from your own end zone whether or not to give up the safety or not.
Lions have been playing catch up all night. Harris got some running room, cut back inside to the 38-yard line, so a 7-yard pickup and a 6-yard carry the last time, so making a little progress on the ground.
Playing catch up, Chris, and just playing from the hole. Like they can't dig out of the hole. The BC Lions haven't been able to get a play that flops the field, whether a big return, an interception, something that gets some field position back.
2nd and 3. They hand it off again inside, and that's a first down run. Harris with a little hurdle and up to the 50-yard line, gets a dozen, and it's been a while since he's had a 10-plus carry.
And a while since he's had back-to-back carries. I believe he only had 3 carries in the first half in 2 quarters. Those back-to-back plays, and both successful plays.
See if they stay on the ground. They do. Hand it off, and Harris will bounce it outside, trying to get a block from DeMarco. And that's an awful lot of work, and he'll lose a yard as Andrew Harris gets strung out.
Looks like Andrew Harris a little slow to get up. Thomas DeMarco tries to when Andrew Harris reverses his field, Thomas DeMarco is going to try and help. I'm going to show you what I mean about try. He sees him coming back, and he says, okay, let me see if I can get up there and get in the way or something. I'll try and make a, never mind.
Well, they give him forward progress at the 50, which was the original line of scrimmage at 2nd and 10. Good protection and a shot by DeMarco down the sidelines, and the catch is made by Sean Gore. Gore marked down at the 21. That's a 39-yard strike by DeMarco.
Well, what's strange about this one is that when DeMarco has gone deep down the sideline, he's gone against press coverage when the Calgary Stampeders corners have come up and played one-on-one in a bump technique. Now this time they play off, and Chris Randall stays off Sean Gore, but DeMarco hits him deep anyway.
Secondary without Darius Brooks shaken up in the first half. A pump, and now you'll look into the corner. Jump ball incomplete. Manny Arsenault in the jump along with the corner. Chris Randall in good defensive position. Arsenault has been relatively quiet since of late. 11 catches, 80 yards in the last 4 games. Not the big play guy. And 2 catches for 7 tonight.
1 big block. Hasn't scored a touchdown in 4 games.
2nd and 10. And down, open man, there he is. Goal line, touchdown. Well, the touchdown droughts over on cue for Manny Arsenault.
Steps up in the pocket. The 2 tackles for the BC Lions, Javon Olafiore and Ben Archibald, take their men wide and create a pocket for Thomas DeMarco to step up into. They take everybody wide. Watch a nice throwing lane. He can now drill it in between coverage there, put it on Manny Arsenault, and he breaks the touchdown drought.
5th touchdown of the year. This will be,
now they're reviewing this,
under review, and was the knee down before he broke the plane?
Well, maybe the call that he did break the slump here when it comes to touchdowns is a little premature. Let's take a look. His right knee, arm down by contact there. I'm not sure that ball crossed the plane. This might be on the 1-yard line.
Looks like it's going to be 1st and goal.
Your hand can touch and you can continue on, but not your forearm and elbow.
Well,
no, I think
no, there it is.
Elbows down, knees down,
foot short,
and the ball is not across the goal line.
Yep. So it appears it will be 1st and goal.
Well, they look like they were going to wave it in. They're going to.
Scoring play is under review by the command center.
You know, they reviewed it. I think they're going to take another look. They got his attention again because it almost looked like Murray Clark was going to allow them to kick the single point here. And the command center said, hold on.
Yeah, we got the go ahead and then we got buzzed.
Oh. Mike's on to let us know that he did get the go ahead.
And he's left his mic on. Here's a little behind the curtains communication between the head ref and the command center.
Well, there was a play a few weeks ago in Saskatchewan that we thought was rubber stamped a little too quickly. Taking their time with this one. Just get it right.
Yeah, no question. I mean, that's the whole purpose of it. Now the forearm is down, knee down. Ball's not crossed. I think there's no question that's on the 1-yard line.
After review, ball carrier's knee was down before he crossed the goal line. Ball's at the 1-yard line. 1st down.
So Arsenault a bloody nose and a touchdown taken off the board. Nevertheless, he's got the offense in position. But the convert team goes to the sidelines, and the big boys check in. First and goal on Sean Moore in motion. They come to this near side, and DeMarco, does he break the plane? Official right there. No signal from Richie Miller, the umpire. And DeMarco doesn't get in on the first try.
Well, let's take a look. You can challenge plays on 1st down on the goal line. And let's take a look, because this one looked even closer. Deron Mayo, his old teammate, college teammate, has him wrapped up, but does the ball cross the plane before the knee touches?
Yes, arms held back, couldn't stretch out. So it's 2nd and goal from the 1, tries the right side, and this time he is in. Touchdown, BC. His old college teammate gave him another jolt, but DeMarco is in for the score.
Yeah, I think the battle between the two old college roommates is about 3-2 right now, and I'll give the edge at this point to Deron Mayo. He stopped him on the last play. That time DeMarco got the edge because he scores over his old teammate.
Third touchdown of the year for DeMarco. Good response by the Lions. And it started with a couple of Andrew Harris runs. Paul McCallum the extra point. And once again, it's an 8-point Calgary lead. Just under 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Feels like the playoffs at McMahon.
Hey, Travis Lewin, I'm not sure what the conversation, I just caught the end of it where he says, well, whatever that was, it was a good decision.
I was like, all right, I'm not going to have the corner here. Looked over, half fucking Bale's back, right? Don't have the out, don't have the in. I'm like, okay, let's see what Manny's doing. I don't know what coverage he's doing.
Let's see what Manny's doing. He's around the goal line. Ball squibs down the field, and they're a little late picking it up. Clifton Smith's got it inside the 10, and this time it looks like the Lions are going to corral the dangerous Stampeder kick returner. Lynn J. Shell finishes him off just beyond, or just inside the 15.
Talked about the key for the BC Lions tonight. Just may be the play of their tackles, Javon Olafiore and Ben Archibald. Watch how they take care of business here. Hold it there, guys. First of all, Olafiore's got his man, Charleston Hughes, way wide, and Ben Archibald down at the bottom of your screen. He picked up the stunt from the inside out on Etienne Legare and gives Thomas DeMarco a nice pocket to step up into, delivers the throw to Arsenault. That puts it on the 1. And Thomas DeMarco finishes it off on the second down sneak.
Worst field position start for the Stamps tonight, their own 15. Kevin Glenn trying to enhance the field position. He went for Maurice Price, incomplete. Price wants a flag. There are none on the field.
Back to that first half and the play of both Olafiore and Ben Archibald. All-star tackles. Take a look at how they're taking care of business. We haven't talked much about Charleston Hughes, who, remember, coming into tonight, second in the CFL in sacks allowed. Both tackles playing sound on Cordero Law, taken wide. Javon Olafiore takes Cordero Law wide, allows Thomas DeMarco to step up.
There's a big play, 2nd and 10. Calgary deep in their own zone. 3-man rush for the Lions. Fake one way. They'll pitch to Parker into traffic. And there's big Eric Taylor again, dropping Parker at the line of scrimmage. A 2-and-out for the Lions, who gain a little momentum here in the late stages of the third quarter.
Well, he had to cover a lot of ground, Chris, and that's a big man covering a lot of ground there. And he, you know, in the program, he's listed at 310. I can't believe that's true when I stand beside him. I gotta say it's at least 3 1/4. And watch him step up the field, hustle out to the wide receiver screen and make the tackle.
First 2-and-out of the night for the Calgary Stampeders. Marco Iannuzzi fields the kick and crosses midfield. So now the Lions enjoy good field position. Our sack tally brought to you by Purolator, tackling hunger across Canada. Check, and Calgary remains in a tie for the league lead with Winnipeg without a sack tonight.
Yeah, no sacks tonight. No Charleston Hughes, no Law. And BC has one tonight. That by their linebacker, Adam Bighill.
And a reminder, Tackle Hunger Day at 12 on Monday, Thanksgiving Monday. That big game between the Ticats and the Argonauts. First down on the handoff to Harris, not going anywhere. Into the hands of Micah Johnson.
A good conversation with Mike Benavides yesterday and Thomas DeMarco about this very play to Andrew Harris, the ride and decide or the zone read, and that the fact that in 3 games now, well, 3.5 games now, that DeMarco has not kept the ball but twice. And with all the plays they've run like this, in order to keep the ends honest and put a little doubt in their minds, as Benavides said it to us yesterday, he's got to keep it a few more times.
Second and 10 from midfield. DeMarco will keep this time, and Cordero Law's got him. And so Law has